Have you noticed that your ejaculation feels weaker or that the volume has decreased? That can bring up insecurity, concern, and even the feeling that something's wrong with your manhood. But what if I told you that semen volume doesn't define your fertility, and that there are simple, natural ways to improve it, even after 55? Most men have no idea that everyday habits, like what you eat, how you sleep, or even the underwear you wear, could be silently lowering your semen production. And worse, many believe the decline is just a normal part of aging, when in fact, there are ways to reverse it with smart, strategic changes. In this video, you'll learn why your semen volume may have decreased, how your body actually produces it, and exactly what to do step by step to increase the amount, improve the quality of your ejaculation, and regain your sexual power without relying on medications or hormones. And here's the best part: the last strategy I'll show you can multiply your semen volume in just a few days, and it's backed by science, so stay with me until the end. Because this may be the missing piece to feeling back in control of your body again. To get started, it's crucial to understand what semen is really made of, and why having a lower volume doesn't mean you're less fertile. Let's dive in. Let's break it down. Only about 5% of semen is actually sperm, which is produced in the testicles. That's right, just a tiny fraction. The rest comes from other parts of your body. About 20 to 30% of the total volume comes from the prostate, which adds nutrients and protective substances to the sperm. Around 60 to 70% comes from the seminal vesicles, to small glands behind the prostate that store and release fluid to carry the sperm. There's also a small contribution from the bulbourethral glands, which produce a clear pre-ejaculate that lubricates the urethra and prepares the path for ejaculation. In other words, most of what you see isn't sperm, it's the result of healthy function from several accessory glands. And here is something else most men don't know: the strength of your ejaculation isn't tied to your fertility either. It depends on a specific muscle, the bulbus spongus, which contracts during orgasm to propel the semen outward. Over time, this muscle can weaken, leading to less forceful ejaculation. But that doesn't mean you're sick or losing your masculinity. Makes sense now? If you've ever felt less of a man because your volume dropped or your ejaculation felt weak, take a deep breath. It's more common and more normal than you think. And most importantly, it's something you can work on. Ready for the next step? In the next part, we'll talk about whether weak ejaculation affects your relationship and what women really think about it. Let's keep going. Have you ever wondered if the strength or volume of your ejaculation affects your partner's pleasure? That's a common concern for many older men, especially when they start to notice changes in their body. But the truth is, the impact might be very different from what you imagine. A 2018 study involving 240 women looked specifically at this: how much their partner's ejaculation influenced their sexual satisfaction. And the results were eye-opening. The vast majority of women said they didn't care much about the volume or strength of the ejaculation. What really mattered to them was mutual pleasure, emotional connection, and being present in the moment. Only 17% of women said their orgasm felt more intense when their partner's ejaculation seemed stronger. An even smaller number, just 13%, said they sometimes felt less attractive when their partner's ejaculation was weak, linking it to self-esteem. But overall, most women didn't see it as a problem or something that affected their experience in a meaningful way. So if you've ever felt pressured to impress during sex, take a breath. That anxiety is often more internal than based on real expectations from your partner. When there's affection, desire, and both partners reach climax, the volume of semen becomes irrelevant. Shared pleasure always outweighs visual performance. You've been carrying the weight of this concern, let it go. You're not alone, and your value as a man is not measured by the amount of fluid you release. What truly matters is the connection, the presence, and the satisfaction shared between you and your partner. Now let us take it a step further and understand why semen volume changes so much over the years, especially as you age, and what exactly influences those changes. Let's move forward. Have you noticed that your ejaculation isn't what it used to be? You're not imagining things. As men age, it's completely natural for semen volume to decline, just like vision, skin elasticity, or muscle strength. But what's really causing that drop, and is there anything you can do about it? Men in their 30s typically produce the most semen in terms of volume. From that point on, production gradually begins to slow down. This doesn't mean something is wrong, it's simply part of the aging process. Hormones change, tissue function shifts, and the muscles involved in ejaculation, particularly the pelvic floor, lose strength, which reduces pressure and output. The glands that produce semen, like the prostate and seminal vesicles, may also become less productive over time. This can happen naturally or as a result of inflammation, medication use, or health conditions, but it's not just about age. Lifestyle plays a major role too. Your diet, hydration levels, sleep quality, and even stress directly influence how much semen your body produces. Being dehydrated, for example, can reduce fluid production across the board, including seminal fluid. Another thing most men don't realize, semen volume can vary day to day. It's completely normal for it to fluctuate based on how hydrated you are, how stressed you feel, how well you slept, or how often you're ejaculating. The key is to focus on patterns over time, not one-off experiences. So now that you know why volume tends to decrease as you age, in the next section, we'll talk about when that drop becomes a red flag and how to recognize if something more serious is going on. Let's keep going. A gradual decrease in semen volume over the years is normal, but when it suddenly drops, out of nowhere, and doesn't return to baseline, it's time to pay attention. Not every change is a cause for alarm, but in some cases, it may signal something that needs medical evaluation. One of the most common causes of a sudden and ongoing drop in semen volume is a blockage in the ejaculatory duct, the tube that carries semen to the urethra during orgasm. When this duct is partially or fully blocked, semen can't exit properly. This could be due to inflammation, past infections, cysts, or even natural anatomical changes. Another possible cause is low testosterone. When hormone levels drop, the body can reduce both the quantity and quality of the fluids that make up semen. You might also notice other symptoms like constant fatigue, low libido, or difficulty maintaining erections. Some medications can also interfere with ejaculation. The most well-known is tamsulosin, commonly sold under the name Flomax. It's often prescribed to men with an enlarged prostate. One of its side effects is retrograde ejaculation, when semen flows backward into the bladder instead of out through the urethra. You'll still feel the orgasm, but little or nothing is visibly released, and the semen is passed later through urine. Other potential causes include diabetes, neurological conditions, spinal injuries, and certain antidepressants or sedatives. So if your volume has suddenly dropped and stayed low for weeks or months, the best course of action is to see a urologist. A simple evaluation can clarify what's going on and prevent further complications. Now that we've covered the possible causes of sudden change, let's shift our focus to what you can actually do to improve semen volume. And we'll start with a powerful change that impacts not just your semen, but your erections, testosterone, and long-term health: quitting smoking. Let's get into it. You've probably heard that smoking damages your lungs or increases your cancer risk. But what most men don't realize is how deeply it affects their sexual health, especially when it comes to semen volume and ejaculation. Cigarette smoke harms both your nerves and blood vessels. Over time, it restricts circulation and impairs the glands responsible for producing seminal fluid, like the prostate and seminal vesicles. On top of that, smoking contributes to nerve damage, including the nerves that control the muscles involved in ejaculation. The result? Less fluid being produced and weaker force to push it out. But that's not all. Smoking is a leading cause of erectile dysfunction. It lowers blood flow to the penis and disrupts hormonal balance, two major factors behind a strong, satisfying sexual response. The good news? These effects aren't permanent. The body begins to repair itself as soon as you quit. Within a few months of stopping, circulation improves, testosterone levels rise, and semen production becomes more stable. The first signs might be subtle, firmer erections, better control, stronger orgasms, but they build over time. If you've been smoking for years, you might feel like it's too late, but it's not. Your body has an incredible ability to bounce back, and that includes your sexual function. Quitting smoking isn't just a way to avoid disease, it's a choice to regain energy, improve performance, and feel more in control of your health. Next up, we'll look at something just as simple, yet often overlooked: hydration. Drinking enough water each day plays a surprising role in semen production. Let's dive into that next. It might sound too simple, but staying properly hydrated is one of the most effective and most overlooked ways to naturally increase your semen volume. Semen is a fluid, and like any other fluid in the body, it depends heavily on water to be produced. If you're not drinking enough, your body starts to prioritize vital systems, and semen production takes a backseat. When you're dehydrated, the body reduces output across the board: saliva, tears, digestive fluids, and yes, seminal fluid. That's why on days when you don't drink much water, your ejaculation may seem weaker or lighter than usual. This isn't just a coincidence, it's physiology. Hydration also improves blood flow, supports the delivery of nutrients, and keeps your seminal glands working efficiently. Think of it like oiling the gears of a machine. Everything runs more smoothly, and the output becomes stronger and more consistent. How do you know if you're drinking enough? The best indicator is your urine. If it's dark or deep yellow, you're probably dehydrated. Ideally, it should be light yellow, like lemonade. Other warning signs include dry mouth, fatigue, and headaches, often appearing before you even feel thirsty. For most adult men, the goal should be around 2 to 3 liters of water per day. But here's a key point: sodas, coffee, and alcohol don't count. In fact, many of them dehydrate you even more. A simple habit like drinking 1 glass of water every 2 hours can be a game changer for your semen volume and overall vitality. Next, we'll talk about a powerful way to boost the strength and intensity of your ejaculation, and it doesn't require pills or supplements. It's a quick, discreet exercise you can do anywhere. Let's talk about Kegels. Have you heard of Kegel exercises? Most people think they're just for women, but they can be incredibly beneficial for men, especially when it comes to boosting semen volume and the force of ejaculation. One of the key muscles involved in ejaculation is called the bulbospongus. It wraps around the base of the penis and contracts rhythmically during orgasm to propel semen outward. When this muscle is strong, ejaculation is more forceful, complete, and satisfying. When it weakens, which often happens with age or lack of activity, the result can be weak or dribbling ejaculation. Kegel exercises are designed to strengthen that exact group of muscles, and the best part: no gym, no equipment, and just a few minutes a day. To find the right muscle, try stopping your urine midstream. The muscle you tighten to do that is the one you'll be working. Once you've identified it, here's the basic move: contract the muscle and hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Then relax for the same amount of time. Repeat this 10 to 15 times, 2 or 3 times a day. As you gain strength and control, you can increase both the hold time and the number of repetitions. One important note: if you experience pelvic pain, frequent urination issues, or prostate concerns, talk to your doctor before starting Kegels. They're not for everyone, and forcing an already inflamed area can make things worse. But if none of those symptoms apply to you, this is a powerful technique you can begin right now. Many men report better control, stronger orgasms, and even firmer erections after just a few weeks of practice. In the next strategy, we'll dive into a method backed by research, a simple way to increase your semen volume by doing less, not more. It's all about timing your ejaculations. Let's go there next. If you're looking to naturally increase your semen volume, there's one strategy that's backed by solid science and doesn't cost a thing: spacing out your ejaculations. In other words, giving your body more time between orgasms can significantly increase the amount of fluid you release. Let's get specific. In a long-term study, researchers followed 27 men for 16 months, collecting semen samples after various periods of abstinence. The results were clear. For every day a man abstained, his semen volume increased by about 10%. For those who waited up to 4 days, the increase averaged around 12% per day. After 4 days, the rate of increase slowed, but still continued at about 7 to 8% daily. What's happening here? Your body needs time to replenish the glands responsible for producing semen, like your prostate and seminal vesicles. When you ejaculate frequently, your system doesn't get the chance to fully fill the tank. By waiting a few days, those glands have time to rebuild their reserves, leading to a larger, more complete ejaculation. This doesn't mean you need to go long stretches without sex. For most men, a break of 2 to 4 days is enough to notice a difference. It's about finding the balance that works for you and knowing that there's a physiological benefit to giving your body a little more time. It's not about saving it up or trying to control pleasure. It's about working with your biology. As a bonus, spacing out your ejaculations also tends to heighten arousal, boost orgasm intensity, and restore that sense of anticipation. Next, let us explore how nutrients and supplements can support your body from the inside out, and which vitamins actually make a difference in semen production. You'll want to pay close attention to this one. You can be doing everything right, staying hydrated, exercising, timing your ejaculations, but if your body is lacking the right nutrients, your semen production might still fall short. The good news is that correcting vitamin and mineral deficiencies is often simple, and the benefits go way beyond semen volume. The key players in this process are vitamin C, D, B9, folic acid, and B12, along with minerals like zinc, selenium, and the antioxidant coenzyme Q10. These nutrients are directly involved in sperm production, hormone regulation, cellular protection, and the function of the glands that produce seminal fluid. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that shields sperm from oxidative stress while also boosting volume and quality. Vitamin E works similarly, protecting reproductive cells and enhancing sperm mobility. Vitamin D plays a major role in testosterone production, and as testosterone rises, so does semen volume. Folic acid and vitamin B12 are essential for healthy DNA replication and sperm cell formation, which is why they're frequently included in fertility protocols. Zinc is perhaps the most well-known mineral in this space. It supports testosterone production, protects sperm cells, and helps maintain overall semen quality. Selenium complements zinc by improving sperm movement and supporting gland function. Coenzyme Q10, increasingly popular for men over 50, provides antioxidant protection and boosts energy at the cellular level. Men who supplement with Q10 often report better energy, improved sexual vitality, and increased semen output. Ideally, you should get your nutrient levels checked before starting supplements, but in most cases, a high-quality multivitamin that includes these key nutrients is a smart and safe place to start, especially after age 55. When absorption and nutrient needs change. Now that we've covered supplements, let's take a look at something even more accessible: the foods you eat. Certain ingredients on your plate can have a massive impact on your sexual health. Let's talk about the best semen-boosting foods you can start eating today. If you're serious about increasing your semen volume naturally, what you put on your plate matters just as much as what you do in the bedroom. Certain foods are rich in the exact nutrients your body needs to produce more semen, support hormone levels, and boost overall reproductive health. Let's start with a classic: walnuts. packed with omega-3 fatty acids, zinc, and antioxidants, walnuts help protect sperm and stimulate stronger production of seminal fluid. A study published in Biology of Reproduction found that men who ate 75 grams of walnuts daily for 12 weeks improved their semen volume, sperm shape, and mobility. Eggs are another excellent choice. They're a complete protein source and contain choline, a nutrient linked to testosterone production. Eggs also offer B12, vitamin D, and vitamin E, all important for sperm health. Just 2 or 3 whole eggs a day can make a real difference. Pumpkin seeds are extremely rich in zinc and magnesium, 2 minerals vital for semen production and hormone balance. They also contain antioxidants that protect your sperm from cellular damage. Sprinkle them over salads or blend them into smoothies. Oysters are one of the most concentrated natural sources of zinc. Just 1 oyster can provide more than your daily zinc requirement. If shellfish isn't your thing, you can still get plenty of zinc from lean red meat, liver, and dark leafy greens like spinach. Speaking of greens, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are loaded with folic acid and magnesium, which help with sperm formation and glandular function. And don't forget berries, strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries are packed with antioxidants that improve blood flow and support reproductive tissue. You don't need to change your entire diet overnight. Small, consistent changes are what matter. A breakfast with eggs, a handful of walnuts in the afternoon, and a leafy green salad with pumpkin seeds at dinner, it all adds up. Next, we'll talk about a factor that many men ignore, but that has a huge impact on semen production: sleep. Getting enough quality rest can change everything, including your testosterone levels. Let's explore how. You might not connect a good night's sleep with your semen volume, but you should. Sleep is one of the most powerful and underrated factors in male reproductive health. When you sleep well, your body produces more testosterone, repairs essential tissues, and balances the hormones that drive semen production. During deep sleep, especially in the first few hours of the night, your body releases hormones critical to healing, recovery, and reproduction. Testosterone levels peak during these hours. And when sleep is disrupted, those peaks are flattened. That means lower testosterone, weaker libido, and reduced semen volume. Studies show that men who sleep less than 6 hours a night have significantly lower testosterone levels. And when hormone levels are off, semen production suffers. On top of that, sleep deprivation increases stress and inflammation, which further interferes with reproductive function. So how do you fix your sleep, especially if you're over 55 and finding it harder to rest deeply? First, create a consistent routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid screens, TV, phone, computer for at least an hour before bed. Since the blue light disrupts melatonin production, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy, keep your bedroom dark, cool, and quiet. Avoid caffeine and stimulants in the late afternoon. And if possible, get some light physical activity during the day. It helps you fall asleep faster and sleep deeper. Even short naps in the evening can throw off your night's rest. So keep them early and brief if needed. Once you restore your sleep, your body will begin producing testosterone more efficiently, and with it, more semen and stronger sexual function. In the next strategy, we'll look at one of the biggest silent saboteurs of semen volume: stress. It can drain your hormones, weaken your ejaculation, and rob you of pleasure, but the good news is, you can reverse it. Let's see how. You might be eating well, staying hydrated, exercising, but if your stress levels are high, it can quietly undo everything. Chronic stress is one of the most dangerous and invisible threats to male sexual health. Especially after 55, when you're stressed, your body produces more cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, suppresses testosterone. And as you already know, testosterone plays a key role in semen production, libido, and overall vitality. High cortisol also interferes with testicular function and the nervous system pathways responsible for ejaculation. This can lead to weaker, lower volume ejaculations, or in some cases, none at all. The worst part, stress feeds on itself. The more anxious you feel about performance, the more stress you create, and the harder it becomes to enjoy sex or maintain a strong sexual response. But this cycle can be broken. Reducing stress isn't just about peace of mind, it's essential for reclaiming control over your body. And the best part? It doesn't require huge changes. Simple practices done regularly make a big difference. Try walking for 20 minutes outdoors. It lowers cortisol, improves mood, and boosts circulation. Practice deep breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Stretch, garden. Listen to music, or just sit in silence. Whatever makes you feel calm, do it daily. Reducing stress also improves your sleep, hormonal balance, and energy. And yes, all of that helps you produce more semen and enjoy better sexual function. Next, we'll discuss a lesser-known but very real factor, heat. Everyday habits, like hot baths or wearing tight underwear, might be silently damaging your sperm production. Let's talk about why testicle temperature matters more than most men think. It's not something most men think about, but temperature plays a big role in sperm and semen production. If your testicles get too warm, it can reduce your body's ability to make healthy sperm and fluid, which means weaker ejaculations and lower fertility over time. The reason is simple. Your testicles are located outside your body for a reason. They need to stay a little cooler than your core temperature. When the area heats up, sperm production slows down. That's why things like long hot baths, hot tubs, or even long drives without breaks can have an impact. Tight underwear or pants made of synthetic fabric can also trap heat and restrict ventilation in the groin area. That constant warmth might feel comfortable at first, but over time, it disrupts the optimal environment your testicles need to do their job. Even habits like using a laptop on your lap for long periods can raise scrotal temperature enough to interfere with semen production. These might seem like small things, but when repeated daily, they make a real difference. So what can you do? Start with breathable cotton underwear that fits comfortably, not too tight. Avoid extended hot baths or sauna sessions. Take breaks during long drives to stand and stretch. And if you use a laptop regularly, keep it on a desk or a cooling pad rather than directly on your lap. Making these adjustments helps maintain your testicles at their ideal temperature, which allows your body to keep producing semen consistently and healthily. Next, we'll finish with a surprising but powerful change: reducing alcohol. It's socially acceptable, but it quietly damages your hormones, your sexual response, and your semen. Let's look at why cutting back may be the best decision for your vitality. Having a glass of wine with dinner or a beer on the weekend might seem harmless. But when it comes to semen volume and sexual health, alcohol can be a silent saboteur. Even in small amounts, it interferes with vital processes that affect your virility, fertility, and hormone production. Alcohol places stress on your liver, which is responsible for processing many hormones, including testosterone. When your liver is busy dealing with alcohol, it becomes less effective at regulating hormones. Lower testosterone levels directly impact semen production, reducing both volume and quality. On top of that, alcohol dehydrates you, and as we covered in an earlier strategy, hydration is essential for your body to produce enough seminal fluid. Dehydration affects the density, fluidity, and overall amount of your ejaculation while also contributing to fatigue, irritability, and low sexual energy. But the problem doesn't stop there. Alcohol also interferes with your central nervous system, disrupting the motor reflexes involved in erection and ejaculation. This can lead to delayed ejaculation, reduced sensitivity, or even difficulty reaching orgasm. For those already struggling with lower volume, alcohol might be the final push that sabotages your performance. The good news is that cutting back or eliminating alcohol can lead to almost immediate benefits. Many men report improved energy, stronger desire, and better ejaculation control in less than 2 weeks after reducing their alcohol intake. That doesn't mean you need to cut it out completely, but it's worth rethinking how often and how much you drink. Cutting your intake in half is a great place to start, and your body will thank you. Try replacing alcohol with calming teas, fresh juices, or even non-alcoholic wine in social settings. Your goal is better sexual health, and every decision matters. And if you've already made progress with your diet and lifestyle, you might be wondering, are there any supplements that actually help increase semen volume? That's a common question, and in the next section, we'll break down what works, what doesn't, and what's truly worth using. Let's go! If you've already improved your diet, hydration, exercise, and sleep, you might be wondering, are there any reliable supplements that really help increase semen volume? The answer is yes, but with a few important caveats. The market is full of products promising miracles, explosive volume, enhanced pleasure, fertility in a pill. But most of these claims aren't backed by science, so the first step is understanding what actually works and what's just clever marketing. Some supplements do have clinical support. The most notable is L-carnitine, an amino acid that boosts sperm motility and helps increase the amount of semen produced. Another effective option is D-aspartic acid, which may temporarily raise testosterone levels in men with low baseline levels, indirectly boosting semen production. Coenzyme Q10 is another compound with promising results, as mentioned earlier. It's often used in higher doses as a standalone supplement. Many men report improved energy, stronger ejaculation volume, and enhanced orgasm quality with regular use. Zinc and selenium, when combined, offer a powerful foundation for fertility and the healthy functioning of semen-producing glands. In addition, some fertility blends combine balanced doses of these nutrients with vitamins B and D plus natural extracts like maca root, ashwagandha, or Tribulus terrestris. These blends aren't magic, but they can be a useful boost when paired with a healthy lifestyle. It's important to remember, supplements don't replace good habits. They serve to support your progress, fill in nutritional gaps, and help accelerate results, as long as you choose quality formulas from trusted sources. Ideally with guidance from a healthcare provider, if you decide to try a supplement. Look for a clear and transparent ingredient list with well-defined dosages, and give your body time to respond. With 6 to 12 weeks of consistent use, you may start to notice more volume, more energy, and a renewed sense of vitality. Now, with your nutrition, vitamins, and supplements all working together, you've got a complete system to safely and effectively boost your semen production. Today, you learned what semen is really made of, why ejaculation volume doesn't define your fertility, and discovered 11 practical strategies to naturally, safely, and effectively increase it. From quitting smoking and staying hydrated to improving your sleep, nutrition, supplementation, emotional balance, and even managing body temperature. Each step we covered has the power to transform not only your sexual health, but also your energy, vitality, and confidence. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That already shows you're committed to your well-being and willing to understand your body with more awareness and responsibility. Just by seeking out this kind of knowledge and wanting to improve, you've already taken a huge step. You're not just watching a video, you're taking control of your health. And here's the most important part: yes, your body can still respond, no matter your age. With consistency, care, and the right habits, you absolutely can regain strength, increase semen volume, and feel back in control of your intimate life. This stage of life doesn't have to be about loss, it can be a new chapter of rediscovery. Real vitality can come from small, intelligent changes. If this content helped you, share it with someone else who could benefit too. And if you'd like to keep receiving content like this every week, just subscribe to the channel. See you next time, and take good care of yourself.
Watch this video now, it will be useful to you. Let's go, believe in me. Don't miss this chance.